into it. I had an MPFL reconstruction, a lateral release, and a Fulkerson Osteotomy, which is also a tibial tubercle osteotomy, I believe, as well. Different names, same thing. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome. Happy New Year. I figured, I've been out recovering from this surgery. What better time than to talk about it while I'm out of work recovering than now. I've been procrastinating. It's been 2 months since my surgery, and I'm gonna try to go over everything that I've been through and how to get prepared for while I was preparing for this. So I'm gonna talk about like things that I wish I knew I needed beforehand. I'm gonna talk about surgery, day of surgery, and how I got my injury. So first, I'm just gonna show y'all the I'm sitting on my leg right now, but I'm gonna show y'all the scars. This is from the Fulkerson. This is the MPFL, where they where they went in. There's some cool videos also on YouTube if you want to look at them. I'm glad I only looked at one video in animation. There's a scar there, and there. Anyway, I only looked at one animation before my surgery. I didn't want to look at a whole lot because I didn't want to get nervous and get myself all worked up. I was already pretty nervous about the surgery. So I watched the animation, and I will say after the animation I watched on YouTube, I felt a little bit better. So watch if you want to. At one point I didn't even want to know what they were going to be doing to me, and I didn't want to see, but I went on and watched the animation, and I felt a little bit better after I watched that. All right, let me start from the beginning, how I first got injured. I was simply running. I think I was about 10 years old. I was running, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's very cringy, but I felt like my knee had pretty much just like twisted, and I fell and I cried and it hurt, and my classmate had to go get my teacher and help me up, and I was pretty much limping. It popped back in, but my knee felt really weak for the remainder of the day. I couldn't really, I remember it was like wet outside, and we had to like twist, and I couldn't even do a twisting motion with that leg because it just was weak, and it was hurting. I do not remember telling my parents that day that I hurt myself, did something really weird to my leg. I don't know, I've hurt myself quite a few times at school, but back in that time, you just as a kid, you deal with things. You're resilient. You're like, okay, I can walk now, whatever. My parents don't need to know, whatever. I'm good now. Anyway, so from that moment on, I dealt with multiple dislocations all the time. My weaknesses were going down, walking down anything like maybe a hill, or just turning around. That seemed like that would really, like if I would turn on that leg, that would really bother the knee. The knee would pretty much dislocate and pop back in. So it felt like later on in my life, the dislocations have been starting to happen more. I have fallen down the steps. I have fallen outside. Sometimes I can catch myself before, I can, if I'm next to something, I can catch myself falling into that. So enough is enough. Orthopedic, and I was telling them what was going on. They did an x-ray, they did an MRI. I can't remember if it was with the x-ray or the MRI that they could see that my patella was a little subluxed, or however you pronounce it. So pretty much that means that it was partially dislocated. I don't think I ever fully dislocated it, but it was definitely partially dislocated. From there, they wanted to do physical therapy. Did physical therapy for about a month and a half. I knew I wasn't gonna do anything, but still gave it a try. They wanted to strengthen my muscles around my knee. And I will insert a video. There's of how my knee looked before I got worked on. Pretty much, if I straightened it out, my knee would pop off to the side and back in. You could actually see it do that. So I was like, the force that was making it feel like it, I just knew that was just bull, and it just pretty much waste of time. But I understand they had to do what they had to do before knee surgery. Totally get it. Anyway, fast forwarding, maybe about a year, I chickened out a couple times, and I just really had to get myself mentally prepared to get it done. The week before surgery, of course, you meet with a nurse and go over like your health, any medicines you take, and then they give you this chlorhexidine bath to bathe in the night before surgery and the morning before surgery. So I did that. Went to surgery. I was completely like freaked out for the whole, just knowing that I needed surgery was just like a freak out time. Went in, they had given me a nerve block on my leg. Now before they did the nerve block, which beforehand I was like, wait a minute, they're gonna do this before I'm knocked out. Why can't they wait till I'm knocked out to do this? But I was freaked out about that. But they said they were gonna give me something to relax me, and I might not even remember it. They were right. I really felt when they were giving me that needle, the nerve block in my leg, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna remember every moment of this. But they gave me something to relax me. I barely remember any pain with that. I remember a little bit of discomfort when they put the lidocaine or whatever they numbed it with in, just a little bit of pressure, but besides that, it was quick. I barely remember it. I remember feeling relaxed through that, and even a little while after, before the surgery. Now, I met my anesthesiologist. They came in to talk to me, and then my surgeon came in to talk to me. They had me initial my leg. And make sure I had to tell them 100 times. Everybody was asking me why, what surgery I was getting done. I guess they want to make sure that they're not gonna work on the wrong leg and wheel me back. It kind of took a while. I remember getting a little anxious and ready for it to be just done already. So about a half an hour to 45 minutes of waiting. I actually almost dozed off to sleep, and I don't know if that was because of the relaxing, whatever they gave me to relax me, but waited, and then they came roll me back, switched tables. They put gas over my face. I took some deep breaths, and I was taking those breaths because I really wanted to be done and over. Next thing I knew, I was waking up. It was done. It was a real quick snap of it. Well, felt quick for me. I had the brace on. I also had a ice bag on my knee that had a little tube sticking out the bottom of it for me to hook it to the ice machine that they sent home with me. So you want to make sure you follow those instructions. Ice, and do your exercises. The one exercise they are going to give you is to point your toe back and forth. Do some of those pumps that will help with any blood clot. After surgery, I was at my parents' house recovering. I remember beforehand, my doctor asked me if I had anybody at home to take care of me, and I was like, oh yeah, I got 2 daughters. I got a 20-year-old, 18-year-old. Now, I don't think that a 20-year-old and an 18-year-old can really help you out as much as you need. I mean, they may, but everybody's going to eventually start to feel overwhelmed. I remember having to get up so much through the night to go to the bathroom. I was with my parents for that. They had to help me up and help me sit back down, all that fun stuff. The first 2 the first 2 days, I will say I had the most pain. I was prescribed oxycodone and all lots of fun stuff for the pain, and then for side effects of the pain as well. Side effects, excuse me, of the medicine. They had to prescribe some other stuff. After the second to third day, the pain started to get a little bit better, a little bit more manageable. I'm gonna tell you, like, a couple times I almost fell with the crutches, trying to move too fast and do things on my own. Definitely wait, make sure somebody's around you when you're on your crutches. Don't try to get up and be independent. Make sure, if you lose your balance, somebody's there to catch you. That was definitely scary for me because I wasn't around anybody, and I had to actually catch myself on the affected leg. So that scared me. Everything was good, but it was more scary than anything. I had a couple times where with the pain got so bad that first night that I had muscle spasms. So muscle spasms is something that you probably will have, but in my case, the pain was just, so intense that it was just causing me to tense up. So make sure you definitely just take your pain relievers. I took mine with applesauce and Ritz crackers, just to have something on my stomach before I took the oxycodone. I only took those 2 days, by the way, as I was scared I was going to get addicted to it. Fast forwarding, about a week after my surgery, I met up with the doctor, and they took off my bandages, took off that ice pack, and looked at everything and rebandaged it up, and just went over some things and told me it was looking good. And then the following week I started physical therapy. So about a good week and a half to 2 weeks after my surgery, I started physical therapy. Met with my physical therapist. We went over just the basics of what I was doing before I had surgery, like running, how my activities, because the goal is to get you back to the way you were before. However, I'm hoping that I was how I was before, but I don't know. We'll see. I heard that after knee surgery, it's never the same. A bunch of exercises to do. I'll make a separate video and show you all the exercises that I do from home. So in physical therapy, you'll probably go through some electric stimulation, which helps tighten the quad muscles. I lost my.
I got you.
And there it goes. My quad muscles pretty quick after surgery. My leg looks really weird. Anyway, so you'll probably do that in physical therapy, some heel slides, some quad lifts, and some other things in physical therapy. And I'm blessed to have a great physical therapist. He's very patient with me. It's a really hard, long road. So I'm definitely blessed in that sense. I think the only other scares I've had is I was getting ready for bed, and then I'd wait to put my brace back on until I got to the bed. Put my crutches on the bed, and the crutches were falling, and I quickly moved my leg out of the way, and the position I moved it felt like my knee popped out and back in. It was very scary, very like, wow, I did all this and it's doing what it did before the surgery. I did have that scare however, I don't know what I did, and I went to the doctor next day. They said it might have been scar tissue. Who knows? They took an x-ray, everything looked fine, so let's hope that was just a one-time thing But yeah, that just really freaked me out. So now I do what I have to do, take off my pants, get ready for bed, take my shower. As soon as I'm done doing what I'm doing, that brace goes back on. I don't play. So I put the brace back on ASAP after the shower, after I have to take my leggings off or whatever I'm wearing for the day. That brace goes back on really quickly. So moving forward, trying to think of like the most like important things to tell you all and how to prepare for the surgery. Just be mentally strong, be ready for it. It's a long road. Like I said, my surgery was 2 months ago. Those 2 months have flown by. It's good, and like I said, I'm at the 2 month mark where I'm getting ready to get weaned off of my crutches. So that's really exciting. My physical therapist said to just, if I'm moving to the kitchen, going to the kitchen, use one crutch, and then you use it under the opposite side of the affected leg, because it acts as if it's your leg. So yeah, that's the most exciting thing, that it's almost time to get weaned off of it. I tried to get really mentally prepared before this, but I really don't think you can. You just don't know what to expect until the surgery. I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm sure I'm leaving out a lot of information. The most important thing is just, make sure you have a good support system. Make sure you have some friends and family around. I find that being around people make this whole process better and make it go faster. I have felt down a couple times within the first week and a half, not getting a lot of sleep because of the brace. I don't really like sleeping on my back. I was really irritable and feeling quite down. I just wanted to sleep. So just make sure you're around just people that can help you out, because you're really going to need it. And make sure you just have like friends nearby, anything just to make the process smoother. And yeah, that's pretty much like all I'm going to say about it. If you guys have any questions, comment below. I'm going to keep doing videos on this whole recovery process from when I start walking again, on when I get this brace off. I'm gonna try to do better. I did procrastinate, waiting a whole 2 months after surgery, but I just really had to get myself together before I made a video. But yeah, I'll comment down below. Let me know if there's any questions you have. I probably forgot a lot of things to say.